Hey, my lovely souls, Lizzie the Lightworker here. So I had a request to do a video from a viewer that's a Sagittarius male and a twin flame union between a Sagittarius male and a Cancer female. So I'm going to do that today, and I'm going to use after tarot cards, and I'm going to use regular tarot cards. And what we're going to do is we'll get into the divine male part first, and then we'll cover the divine female. So we'll do, what does the divine male want or need out of this relationship? What does the divine female want or need out of this relationship? Sort of things that they come together on, or even things that they might need to work on or heal, and then sort of an advice card for the future. So we can do all those things. So let me split this deck up a little bit here. So interestingly enough, Sagittarius is a fire sign and Cancer female is a water sign. So it's sort of like opposites attract, which could be a good thing. So, okay, so let's get into the divine male. So what do you want or need out of this relationship? Okay, so you have a very youthful, fiery energy here with the Page of Wands. This is somebody who's highly creative and really likes to sort of share their creativity. It's a very playful, fun, smart nature to this card in the divine male energy here. I don't know if you're young, if you're younger, or if you are just in a sort of a younger mindset. This card also says to me student, so I don't know if you're in school or studying, but it doesn't have to be school or studying. It also has to do with sort of like a hunt for knowledge and really liking to learn, you know, sort of like learning from exploring your environment and other environments, and having an interest in culture and interest in travel. Just sort of loving like to explore, you know, like just finding things out, you know, not just staying stuck like in the same place all the time. There's like this intense need and drive to go out into the world and meet people and find new experiences and that sort of thing. This particular energy would definitely like to, like, if you saw somebody sad or depressed or something like that, you would want to bring them up and out of that. Sagittarius in a young energy really likes to cheer people up. And they don't like to be dragged down themselves. They're very confident people, and they really won't stay around negativity too long, or they'll just call the person out on it, or they'll just kind of leave and walk away from the situation and not really want to be involved with that, because they don't like anything to dim their shine. And with the Page of Wands, as far as like commitment goes, usually that's not a high commitment card. They usually, Sagittarius in this younger energy here in the Page of Wands, would really have to feel like a person was super special to even make them consider wanting to settle down. Or fully, you know, like commit. They would need to feel that that commitment was going to be fun and adventurous and outgoing and worthwhile for them. They would not stand for anything boring or someone nagging them all the time, or trying to change their mind about things, because they're very strong in their opinions, and you know, they stand by what they say, and they really need to do that for themselves to feel whole as a person. So let's get a little bit more of that energy. So what do they need or want in this divine male energy? Okay. So the Hierophant in reverse, really what Sagittarius divine male wants here, I can tell you what they don't want. They don't want to feel tied down. They don't want to feel like they have to conform themselves to a relationship or to a specific person or anything in life. They really, really enjoy that freedom. Freedom in every sense of the word. I mean, their spirit is just very, very free. They don't want to be tied to rules. They don't want to be tied to anything in particular that's going to be a routine, or anything that's going to be boring or slow them down in life. With this card here, that does say here with this and this, it's really they're not going to just conform to anyone. They're not going to throw away what they believe the way they're living their life is the right way. They're not like, living by society's social norms. They can't be put into a box. Let's just say it like that. They can't just be stuffed into a box the way someone wants them to be. That's not going to happen here. They really need to have that, like, freedom of mind. They need it. They don't like live by the rules. They make their own rules, and they make their own rules as they go. And so someone else who's the opposite of that, if they come in their life and they try to change them in any way, it's just not going to fly. Okay, so let's get into our divine female, who's the Cancer here. So in our divine female energy, so she is a very nurturing, very loving, very caring, very warm, motherly woman. She really cares for all the people in her life. She may be even a caregiver. She may be taking care of like multiple people in her life, or that's just something that she would want to do. It's just in her nature. Her nature is to care. One aspect of her is that she could be a little overbearing, but it's out of love and this intense need to nurture other people. So everything that she does in her life is in abundance. So she's very she creates an abundance. If she loves abundantly. She doesn't know any other way to do that. And she feels that is the way that, she wants to express her love, and she wants love to be expressed that way back to her. She may even be the type of woman that is sort of guarded a bit at first until she warms up, until she feels, comfortable to let someone in, where she feels like she can trust somebody. She's going to guard herself and keep a lot of her emotions, hidden a little bit. But she will definitely not stand for betrayals of any kind, because she's so pure and she's so kind and has this wholesome energy. She will not stand for any kind of lying or deceptions or cheating or anything of that nature. She's truly ruled by, her feelings, the way that she feels about any given thing in life, a person, a situation, her work life, her home life. If she's a mom, about her kids, she is ruled 100% by her feelings. And that's how she acts. She goes through life based on her feelings. And they're very deep and very emotional feelings. She could be the type that would be sort of prone to a little bit of passive aggressiveness, because she doesn't like to upset the balance of things. So she could be saying she's not mad, but then she's showing it in another way. She could pout, or maybe stomp her feet, or do silent treatments, or say, oh gee, I'm not mad, and then walk away and slam the door. So she's sometimes her emotions can run hot or cold. She could be prone to codependency a little bit, where, she would need to sort of start to rely on a person in a relationship out of some insecurities or fear of abandonment. If she feels she's being neglected, she'll need some type of validation, because she's a little bit prone to jealousy. When she's putting all of her feelings into a relationship, she's expecting that back. And if she feels like you're not doing that too, she could feel sort of betrayed by that. Okay, so let's get into, what does she, want or need? So she's gonna need to, I think, maybe work on her patience a little bit. She might be a little bit stagnant here. She might feel like she's waiting for something in vain, if that makes sense. She's done some of the work here she's put some work into this relationship. She's maybe not feeling like she's getting back exactly what she needs or what she's hoping for. So she's in a period right now where she's sort of reevaluating the whole relationship and reevaluating her own like needs and wants. So she's trying to decide whether this is worth it to stay, or if she should walk away, or if she should just give it some more time to grow, and see what happens. So together here as a couple, let's see like things to work on. Things to work on or things to heal. And we're going to get an after tarot card over here. So things to work on in this relationship or things to heal. Okay, so we get detach. So now with detach has to do with balance though. So all in all here, I believe that this card would represent detaching from certain things that you're both holding on to, if that makes any sense. So it looks to me like Sagittarius here is definitely not willing to really change. And not that he should have to, because that's what she wants, but he's not really willing to change. He might not really be 100% ready to commit. You might think that he is, but he may not be 100% ready to commit. Now, she sort of wants that. She wants somebody that is going to just sort of conform, like here with the Hierophant in reverse. She's sort of wanting someone that's going to do that, and he's just not doing that here because he might not be ready. She's sort of waiting for that to happen. She really doesn't want to let go here because she's putting a lot of thought into it. She's really hoping that somewhere, you know, he may turn around the way his thinking, so she can have a little bit more of what she desires out of him. So Detach says she may need to have a lot more patience with him if it's going to work. And he might have to think about what he really wants here and if he wants to commit and really sort of try to give her some kind of an answer, even if he says to her, look, I'm not really ready for the intensity of this right now. There's lots of things that I need to do and work on, and I have some more life to live here, and I want a little bit more action, and I want a little bit more travel and education and schooling, and there's just these things that I really need to do. And she's okay with that. That sort of conversation could happen. Or she sort of lets go a little bit of that and lets him live the life that he's meant to. And if they can come together somewhere, they will have to make some pretty big compromises. This card could also have to do with just acceptance. So if these two have come together in a twin flame union and they are just willing to sort of accept each other for the way they already are without wanting too much change out of this relationship, it could balance out. It could balance out somewhere, but I'm going to say for now, I do think that the male energy here, really the way it looks to me is that he's a little bit non-traditional, and he may not be ready for this full of a commitment, what she wants or expects. So I think some time is going to have to pass here for this. But interestingly enough, we get an 11 here in this card, and that is a twin flame number. So I think just give it some time, or like I said, think about changing ways a bit here, and it could work. And if not, there could be a time that you come back together somewhere where you've both sort of grown and evolved out of this particular energy. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video for Sagittarius male divine energy and Cancer female divine energy. This has been Lizzie the Lightworker. Many, many blessings.